Whoops.
What?
I turned the wrong burner on. Turn the wrong burner on. Making rice and beans today, as well as a veggie stir fry with eggs. Veggie stir fry with eggs. And rice and beans. Oh no. Cooking at my girlfriend's house, so there's kids in the back. Makes it more fun. Rice. Before we really get started, making a couple dishes here, so we're just going to talk about all of it. First and foremost, though, when I'm cooking, if you've seen the live that I did way back when, just talking about keeping all of your ends for stock. So I really like using these little chicken things, whatever you want to call them, rotisserie chicken containers. It's great to be able to put the butts in there along with the chicken. That way we're going to get all the nutrients out of what we're cooking and making. So. Alright, and then I'm going to add the rice. Yeah, it moved a little bit. Gonna give it a quick stir right away with my wooden trusty spoon here. Make sure it smells good. It smells great. Smell test for everything.
I really wanted one of these things.
And then for the beans, we call these the magical fruit. Ideally, we'd have an opener somewhere. There it is. We open the beans. I'm gonna let this rice boil for a couple minutes, not too long. These are really hot as well.
Ready, Jeff? What's this? Ready, set. What are you doing? Jeff, look it.
Making our schedule.
I prefer canned beans, they're pretty cheap. There's just a bunch of liquid, I like to rinse them out, strain them. Toss the beans right in there. Good. One more ingredient. What?
Remove that brown paper towel that's still. I just don't want it to be in the video.
This one?
Okay, let's do it. Ready, set, go. Ready? This one's going to repeat. Last one. Ready, set,
I just put in a little ghee.
ready,
I like ghee, it has a good flavor. Sometimes I roast veggies with it. Sometimes I use coconut oil. I mean, it's just whatever you're feeling, I guess. It's clarified butter, that's what ghee is, so it's really good for you. A bunch of millennials put it in their coffee. I don't get it, but they do it anyway. But we're gonna put it in food, not in coffee today. There we go. Some nice lipids. really just makes this more full. I mean, rice and beans are already a pretty solid dish as it is, but just makes it a little more full. And whenever you're cooking, if you're making a vinaigrette or if you're making rice and beans, a big thing to remember is to add your lipids or your fats to the recipe last, because otherwise they'll start grabbing onto stuff and it won't mix completely. So really simple. For the sake of this, I'm actually not going to add any other seasonings. A lot of times I'd add cayenne or cumin. Don't mind children noise in the background. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. All right. It's looking good. What I'm going to do then is move it over to this other coil, because I'm going to use this spot for making a stir fry. So that's rice and beans. I'm just going to let it simmer until all the water's gone. Probably be about 10-15 minutes. It's good stuff. So I hope you enjoy it. Rice and beans, one of my favorite foods. As a meal, I just add, some spinach and eggs, or throw some protein on there if you eat meat, like chicken. Otherwise, even like I said, by itself, you could even throw it in the salad when it's cool. You can make a vinaigrette, mix it in. It's such a versatile, easy to make in good amount of quantities, meal prep friendly, saves well food. So I hope you enjoy the rice and beans. And if you make rice and beans, show me a picture of them. I'll pretend to eat them. It'll be fun. Put the cap on. Keep inspiring.
He's doing a cooking video. You want to say hi to the people?
Say hi, Jack.
Hi. Bye.
Jack's our celebrity sous chef. You'll see him again.
Look at.
If you're lucky, you'll catch a glimpse of the Abe, too.
Alright, thank you for letting me know where you guys always belong.
Garlic hack. Take the parts of the garlic that's not the full garlic, rip them off, and then you'll be able to see me over on the cutting board. Got some ripped off here. See again. That should go in there. I don't mind digging in the garbage can. Makes it easy to cut if you press it. Like that. It's nice because the garlic just kind of falls out in little bulbs. Then you can just chop a bunch at once. I love fresh garlic. I don't have anything necessarily against canned garlic. I think it does the job, but fresh garlic is just way better in my mind. Also, like we said, this stuff in the stock is wonderful. Don't mind me. Alright, next up that we're going to cut is going to be the tofu. So, I like tofu. I know that, from agricultural, like, global warming, all that perspective, maybe it's not the greatest food, but it's a good, versatile ingredient that isn't going away anytime soon, so I do use it. Oftentimes in place where many people use, like, chicken. I found it to be a good substitute. So I already did this, I already pressed it, but to make tofu, when you get it in the package, it's kind of full of water. Take 2 plates like this, and then a lot of times you can find a saucepan that'll fit right in this kind of ridge, and then just fill it up with whatever you got in the kitchen, onions, bananas, children, whatever you need to put on there just to push the water out. And then it's really nice too, it kind of coagulates down here, and then you can dump it in the sink. Like I said, I already squeezed the water out of this one, so this is ready to go. This bowl. I like to chop up the garlic and then whatever the protein is last because that's what I put in the pan first. So
Let's see who's the champion.
then I can just go straight from the cutting board there.
It's Jack, TV man. TV man. TV man. There's two TV mans. It's the red one, which is not you. I'm the blue one.
Actually, tofu might not go in right away, but that's fine.
I'm blue. So you lose.
Still on there? Okay. The low battery thing came out, but I turned it off.
No, it's blue.
All right. We
The
need
red
pan.
one won. No, you didn't. And then the next one, no, blue one. Oh, he's right.
Ooh. Rice and beans are looking real good. I think I'm just gonna add a little more salt to those. It's kind of funny, all the beans get pushed out to the outside as they're cooking like that.
It shoots stuff out of it. Ready, set, go.
All right, so along with this veggie stir fry with eggs, we're gonna have mushrooms are pre-cut. Spinach doesn't need any preparing. And we got eggs. Eggs are great. Good for good stuff. All right. Another big thing with cooking, if you're new to cooking, this is probably the most important thing I can teach you. Prepare everything before you start cooking, because the last thing you want is when you're trying to cook some eggs over easy and you're worried cutting onions and peppers and other stuff. So just from all of my experience to yours, just prepare everything first. So. Rice and beans got ghee. For the sake of this recipe, the veggie stir fry with eggs, we're going to use coconut oil. Unrefined or refined, it doesn't make a huge difference to me. Coconut oil, depending on what day or what month it is, and you read an article, it's either good for you or bad for you. I like to stay consistent and say it's good for you. Medium chain triglycerides are easier for the body to break down. Right, Jack?
Yep.
Yep, he knows. And also, compared to regular like saturated fats in butter, which has to go through like 26 different steps to break down, this takes 3. So if you read an article that says coconut oil is bad for you, I challenge you to go look at who wrote the article and who pays that person, because that'll probably tell you the real story. Anyway, we're using coconut oil. Doing Lizzo proud. We need more coconut oil. She knows. She knows.
Actually, that's in front of the camera. The tofu.
Oh, whoops. I already cut it. Alright. Garlic first. I always do garlic first. It's a great way to start. Just a great way to get things cooking. No pun intended. We're going to get the tofu on there next.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Tofu time. Trying to find some open pan for... Another basic cooking tip that most people will teach you is not to crowd the pan. I'm going to crowd the pan. And that's that.
Matt, medical guy.
Gonna put some eggs in next.
Forty-four people watched your video.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Jackie.
Throw some mushrooms in next. Mushrooms in next. Love mushrooms. Just the best. Onions and leeks here. It's a crowded pan. Very crowded pan. It's all good though. I think we'll survive. Last thing I'm going to put in here is some black bean garlic sauce. Ingredients are alright. We had a buddy over and made some food. This is actually great. Honestly, this modified cornstarch, I'm not sure what that is. But besides that, it's legit. So just reading, you'll hear me say this over and over if you watch. Read the ingredients. If you don't know what something is, maybe do a Google search on it. Decide if you really want to put that in your body. But this is pretty legit. I like it. Really tasty too. It's very high in sodium, so I don't need to add any salt to this recipe. The only thing I'm going to add is this sauce and some pepper. Going to mix it up, and we'll be good to go. I'm done with this too, by the way. Whoops.
What?
I pressed the power off button and it turned off. I hope it's saved. Yeah, I'm not shy. I'm not shy with the black bean garlic sauce. Not sure if this is one or two videos, but
Pretty good.
yeah. Here's our final product for that rice and beans. It's not glamorous. I think it looks pretty tasty. Again, this is a very, very friendly for meal prep. You can save it for a while. It stays pretty nice for probably 3-4 days. Easy to reheat or eat cold. I really like it. And again, throw some eggs on top of here, some veggies like we have going back here, a little stir fry, or whatever you want. It's already got a lot of good macro and micronutrients. So enjoy the rice and beans. Making sure my back isn't turned to the camera. Making a mess. If you don't at least make some sort of mess, I don't know if you're doing it right. If you want, you can fold in some spinach. I think for the sake of dinner tonight for my girlfriend and I, we're just going to put it on top of a bed of spinach and call that a meal. So, again, just a really basic veggie stir fry with eggs. I'm not even going to post ingredients. You can put whatever you want. I like onions and tofu, so those are in there. But that's what it looks like. Looks pretty delicious, I'd say. In the meantime, I hope you try it out. If you do, take a picture, send it to me, let me know. In the meantime, keep inspiring.